8:48 is our time on this Wednesday morning. Of course, the last several days, they have been unusually stormy by August standards. Really, it's kind of continuing a trend of what was an unusually stormy July, right? And that's what's helped break the heat wave. Of course, we've talked about this last several days, but our last several days highs, last week, man, was it brutally hot. But since then, last weekend, and look at this is kind of interesting. The last 3 days running, our high has hit 89, right on the dot here in the Tulsa proper specifically, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Normal high is 94. Today, we start to push those temperatures back up. So just jumping right in here for our highs this afternoon because there's a lot to discuss. Some areas, southeast Kansas, far northern Oklahoma will hold in the upper 80s. I've got Tulsa Metro low 90s out towards Pryor and Tahlequah, mid to upper 90s around McAllister, Wilburton. You're going to be a little hotter than everyone else and more of a heat index factor, especially Tulsa to the south. Heat index back over 100 this afternoon. And actually across southeastern Oklahoma, Pittsburgh, Latimer counties, your heat index 105 to 110 at times later today. That's where you have a heat advisory. So here we go again. Tomorrow, temperatures and heat index actually may back off a little bit, but it cranks back up over the weekend, and all the rain that we've had recently will add more of that humidity back into the air. Looking from Jinx this morning, you've had some passing showers. Much of the metro has had some passing showers developing, one or two heavy, but right in the last about 20-30 minutes. South side of the metro, Glenpool, Mounds, Bixby, over towards Coweta. These moderate to heavy downpours have kind of blossomed pretty quickly here. Nothing anywhere near severe limits, but there will be some lightning at times. Again, heavy downpours there, heavy downpours now coming into McAllister, over Lake Eufaula, Shakota as well. Again, some lightning strikes showing up there. So just want you to be aware of that. You still need the rain gear this morning. I would say especially near and south in Tulsa. Not everyone's seeing it, of course. It's very highly localized, but the chances continue this morning. Severe threats are very limited this morning. This evening is a different story. I-44 to the south and east in particular is where severe threats ramp up this evening. And all modes of severe weather are going to be a possibility with this evening activity. It's slightly more of a late spring setup than what you'd expect in August. Large hail damaging winds would be the main threats as usual. The tornado threat is low, but it's not zero. Compared to the last several setups we've had that have had no tornado threat, there is an opportunity, an outside opportunity. The one or two storms this evening could rotate, briefly produce a tornado. It's a low probability, but something we can't totally rule out. So as we walk you through this on Future View, again, morning, scattered showers and storms. A few will be locally heavy. Early afternoon, we're pretty quiet. We heat up. And then watch 4, 5, 6 p.m. There's going to be a few areas to watch near the Oklahoma, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri state lines, I-44 maybe just east of Tulsa, and also eventually southeastern Oklahoma as well, out ahead of a front that's moving in. Those storms, they will go up quickly. They will quickly become severe if they can kind of keep themselves together. Eventually, later tonight, most of that shifts off into Missouri and Arkansas. But again, we got to watch those evening hours, evening rush hour, through sunset and even past sunset, areas near and especially east and southeast of Tulsa for that severe weather threat. Travis and the team are going to be tracking it for you all evening, but I want you to be aware of that. Tomorrow, a high about 90, so we'll drop the temperature a few degrees. And then notice yet again, we've got more of those little in-between rain chances, which means late night, early morning storm chances, Friday morning, Saturday morning, Sunday morning, to break up the heat a little bit, because otherwise the heat and humidity do start to climb again this weekend.